Let's be completely honest for a moment. If being a chosen one automatically came with a direct deposit, half of us would be sipping oat milk lattes in Santorini, while the other half would be arguing with our wealth managers about which private island to lease for Q3. But here we are, still praying over grocery receipts, still wondering why God gave us a prophetic word but not a prophetic paycheck. Still watching our bank accounts perform the same tragic ballet. Income enters, bills pirouette, and savings. Well, savings takes a bow and exits stage left. Does it hurt? Yes. Does it confuse us? Absolutely. Does it make us question whether the whole chosen narrative was just a beautifully packaged participation trophy? Sometimes. But I'm not here to mock your pain. I'm here to dismantle the illusion that's keeping you stuck, because the truth is far more liberating and far more demanding than the myth you've been sold. And if you're ready to stop spiritualizing your financial stagnation and start stewarding your assignment with clarity, then lean in. This might just change how you see your life, your money, and your purpose. There's a quiet, dangerous assumption floating through modern spirituality. If God called you, he'll fund you. It sounds pious. It feels comforting. It's also profoundly immature. Think about it. Would you hand a toddler a loaded chainsaw and say, I chose you to build a treehouse, figure it out? No, you'd give them training, tools, boundaries, time. Yet we expect divine calling to bypass human responsibility. We want the crown without the curriculum. We want the harvest without the hoe. We want the breakthrough without the budget. Here's the first hard truth. Being chosen is not a financial exemption. It's a fiduciary assignment. God doesn't skip your financial literacy because you're anointed. He doesn't cancel your debt because you fasted for 3 days. He doesn't wire you abundance because you posted a scripture with a sunset filter. The Lord is not a cosmic ATM with a spiritual password. He is a sovereign architect who builds capacity before he releases capital. And until you understand that, you will keep confusing delay with denial and struggle with abandonment. Let me say it plainly. Your finances are not a report card on your salvation. They are a mirror of your stewardship. There's a peculiar phenomenon among spiritually aware people. We attach ourselves to titles: chosen, set apart, prophetic, called, anointed, destiny bound, and then we use those titles as cushion seats to avoid uncomfortable work. I'm chosen, so I don't need to track my expenses. God will provide, so I'll ignore the overdraft fee. I'm walking by faith, so I won't create a financial plan. Stop. Just stop. Faith is not the opposite of planning. Faith is the foundation of it. Walking by faith doesn't mean walking blindfolded into a financial ditch while humming worship songs. It means trusting God while you do the math. It means believing in provision while you build the pipeline. It means expecting miracles while you master the mundane. The title chosen was never meant to replace diligence. It was meant to fuel it. Think of Joseph, called young, betrayed, imprisoned, forgotten for years. You think he sat in an Egyptian cell saying, well, I'm chosen, God's got this? No. He studied, he managed, he learned systems, he interpreted data, he practiced stewardship in obscurity so he could administer abundance in authority. When Pharaoh finally called him, Joseph wasn't just spiritually ready. He was financially, administratively, and strategically prepared. The dream didn't skip the spreadsheet. The vision didn't bypass the training, and neither will yours. Let's talk about something we rarely admit in spiritual circles. We spiritualize poor financial habits to protect our pride. We say, I'm waiting on God's timing, when we really mean, I haven't opened a book on personal finance in 3 years. We say money is worldly, when we really mean I'm terrified I'll have to take responsibility for my spending. We say God will open doors, when we really mean, I haven't updated my resume since 2019. I'm not judging you. I've been there. I've prayed over bounce checks. I've anointed credit cards. I've declared breakthrough over a bank statement that clearly needed a budget, and it didn't work. Not because God failed, not because I lacked faith, but because I confused spiritual posture with practical preparation. You cannot outpray poor stewardship. You cannot outfaith financial illiteracy. You cannot out-anoint compound neglect. Money is a tool, a language, a test. And like any language, if you don't study it, you'll keep miscommunicating with reality. You'll keep wondering why your income doesn't match your calling while your habits keep voting against your destiny. Here's a radical thought. What if your financial struggle isn't a punishment? What if it's protection? What if God is withholding abundance not because you're unworthy, but because you're unprepared? What if he's saying, if I give you this much now, it will consume you. Let me shape you first. Let me teach you restraint. Let me build your capacity. Let me align your character with your cash flow. That's not rejection. That's refinement. We live in an era where everyone's highlight reel is monetized, filtered, and captioned with a prosperity promise. You scroll, you see, you compare, you collapse. Why is she buying a house at 24 and I'm still splitting rent with my cousin's ex? Why did he get the promotion and I'm still praying for a raise? Why do they travel and I'm taking the bus? Comparison is not just a sin. It's a financial tax. It drains your focus. It distorts your timeline. It convinces you that God's economy operates on Instagram's algorithm. But it doesn't. God's timing is not late. It's layered. Your season is not cursed. It's calibrated. Your delay is not denial. It's design. You see, social media shows you the harvest. It never shows you the drought. It shows you the launch. It hides the bankruptcy. It shows you the breakthrough. It skips the breakdown. And you're left wondering why your journey feels so heavy when everyone else's looks so light. But here's the quiet truth. Most of the people you're comparing yourself to are either faking it, financing it with debt, or fighting battles you can't see. You're not behind. You're being prepared differently. God doesn't measure your destiny by your current balance. He measures it by your current obedience. And obedience, my friend, often looks like saying no to the shiny thing so you can say yes to the lasting thing. It looks like living below your means so you can build beyond your current station. It looks like studying while others are spending. It looks like waiting while others are waving. The wilderness isn't where your dream dies. It's where your dream gets digestion, where it learns to metabolize delay, where it builds the stomach capacity to handle the weight of what's coming. Don't curse the season. Study it, steward it, survive it. Because the same God who fed Elijah with ravens will fund you with revenue, but only after you prove you won't worship the money instead of the maker. This is where most chosen ones get it backward. They think abundance is the destination. It's not. Abundance is the delivery system. God doesn't give you money so you can be comfortable. He gives you money so you can be consequential. He doesn't bless you to isolate you. He blesses you to position you. He doesn't increase your income to inflate your ego. He increases it to expand your impact. But here's the catch. You can't carry what you haven't been conditioned to carry. You wouldn't hand a newborn a barbell. You wouldn't give a first-time driver a Formula One car, and God won't hand a financially untrained visionary a 7-figure budget. Not because he's stingy, because he's strategic. Your financial struggle is often the training ground for your financial authority. Every late payment teaches you urgency. Every overdraft fee teaches you accountability. Every no from a lender teaches you preparation. Every season of lack teaches you resourcefulness. You think it's punishment. It's pedagogy. God is teaching you how to hold money without letting it hold you, how to use wealth without being used by it, how to manage abundance without losing your soul to it. And when you finally graduate from the classroom of scarcity into the boardroom of stewardship, you won't just receive money, you'll receive mandate. You won't just get rich, you'll get responsibility. You won't just accumulate assets, you'll deploy them for kingdom impact, generational shift, and cultural correction. That's why the struggle exists. Not to break you, to build you, not to keep you down, to keep you aligned, not to punish your past, to prepare your future. So what changes? How do chosen ones stop struggling and start stewarding? How do you move from spiritual bypassing to practical breakthrough? How do you turn your calling into cash flow without selling your soul? First, stop romanticizing poverty. Being broke is not holy. Being wise is. God doesn't glorify lack. He glorifies management. You can be deeply spiritual and deeply strategic. In fact, you must be. The most faithful thing you can do with your money is treat it with respect. Track it, plan it, grow it, give it wisely, invest it patiently, borrow carefully, spend intentionally, save consistently. Second, educate yourself relentlessly. Read books, listen to podcasts, take courses, follow financial mentors who actually practice what they preach. Stop letting your spiritual hunger excuse your financial ignorance. You wouldn't let a quack perform surgery on your heart. Why let ignorance operate on your wallet? Third, build systems, not just sermons. Motivation fades, systems sustain. Automate your savings, set up debt payoff plans, create a zero-based budget. Review your subscriptions like your destiny depends on it, because financially, it does. Faith doesn't replace discipline. Faith fuels it. Fourth, give with strategy, not guilt. Tithing and generosity are biblical, but they're not financial magic tricks. You don't give your way out of debt while ignoring your spending. You give as an act of worship and a practice of wisdom. Start where you are. Grow as you grow. Let your giving reflect your grace, not your guilt. Fifth, protect your peace from comparison. Unfollow accounts that trigger financial anxiety. Stop measuring your chapter 3 against someone else's chapter 20. Your timeline is not theirs. Your assignment is not theirs. Your grace is not theirs. Walk your path with your eyes forward, your hands working, and your heart trusting. And finally, pray like it all depends on God. Plan like it all depends on you, because it does. Both are true. Neither cancels the other. Faith without works is dead. Works without faith is exhausted. But faith with works, that's where miracles meet methodology. That's where destiny meets discipline. That's where chosen ones stop wondering and start winning. Let me leave you with this. The struggle you're in is not the end of your story. It's the editing room. God is cutting out what won't sustain you, adding what will strengthen you, rearranging what needs reordering. And when the final cut releases, you won't just have money. You'll have mastery. You won't just have wealth. You'll be well. You were never meant to carry abundance without accountability. You were never promised ease. You were promised empowerment. And empowerment doesn't arrive in a luxury sedan. It arrives in a lesson, in a ledger, in a late night budgeting, in a hard conversation about debt, in a decision to stop spiritualizing your stagnation and start stewarding your season. So stop asking, why am I struggling?
And start asking, what am I being trained for? Stop saying, God, when? And start saying, God, what next? Stop waiting for a miracle to fix your finances and start becoming the miracle your finances need. Because chosen ones don't break, they build. They don't beg, they budget. They don't blame, they learn. They don't panic, they plan. And when the day comes, and it will come, when the pipeline opens, the doors unlock, the provision pours, and the assignment aligns with abundance. You won't be surprised. You'll be ready. You'll be rooted. You'll be reliable. And you'll finally understand why the struggle existed in the first place. It wasn't to keep you down. It was to keep you faithful. It wasn't to punish you. It was to prepare you. It wasn't the end of your financial story. It was the foundation of your financial authority. Now go, study, steward, step forward, and stop letting your calling be an excuse for your carelessness. You were chosen not for comfort. You were chosen for consequence. And consequence requires capacity. Build it, guard it, grow it, and watch what happens when a chosen one finally stops waiting for money to fix their life and starts using their life to fix their money. The harvest is coming, but the hoe is in your hand. Pick it up, swing it, and trust the one who called you to fund you. After you've proven you'll honor it, because chosen ones don't just receive blessings. They become them, and that changes everything.